Metre by metre, field by field, Ukraine's much talked about counteroffensive appears to be progressing. But it is achingly slow, costly work. In recent days, the nation's leaders have pushed back against the tone from their Western allies that the campaign was underperforming. This is not a show the whole world is watching and betting on. Every day, every metre is given in blood. So said the Iron General, Valery Zaluzhny, the commander of Ukraine's armed forces, to the Washington Post. The general singled out one key factor limiting his troops' progress. NATO military doctrine dictates attacking under the protection of air superiority. But Ukraine's meagre air force struggles to compete, let alone dominate its skies. There are some in the West with sympathy for this position.
What I had said was this is going to take 6, 8, 10 weeks. It's going to be very difficult, it's going to be very long, and it's going to be very, very bloody. And no one should have any illusions about any of that. Ukraine is fighting for its life.
Despite this, the counteroffensive appears to have made some gains, particularly to the north and south of where Bakhmut once stood. Success for Ukraine here is sucking in more capable Russian units, the Institute for the Study of War reports, whose transfer will weaken defences elsewhere. To the west, the floodwaters from the breach of the Kakhovka Dam have subsided, which could open an additional avenue of advance through Kherson. And Ukraine is yet to commit all of its forces, holding much of its weight back, to throw into the first crack in Russia's defences that appear. But until that happens, if it happens, questions and doubts remain.
I have the same questions for our dear partners. If they have an understanding of when Ukraine can receive F-16s, we have a coalition of partner countries that are ready to start training Ukrainian pilots, but we have no timetables for training missions.
In a quirk of history, 8 British Hurricane planes were dug up in a forest outside Kyiv over the weekend, relics of another war. The fighters were sent to the USSR as aid to support the defeat of another invader, that time the Nazis, showing that history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes.